All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honor to those Apostle Great Millstone, Thomas Truth and Ruel. Peace, blessing, and salutations to Icon out there. Scared abroad to the four corners of the earth. That's serving the truth, doctrine, and sincerity. To I say Shalom. This is Brother Nabala, looking to another video in the spirit. And the topic of this video is going to be about pride goeth before destruction. And what sparked this video topic is, we see, if you've been watching, what's going on with Al-Azhar. He he got caught up in this scandal, and he basically chose to step down, from being the leader of Sakari at the moment. And if you were to speculate why this happened, Al-Azhar is a very prideful, person. He didn't want to receive correction. He didn't want to take heed to what the men of the Lord were saying to him. And it's been like that for years, and then he came up against the men of the Lord, with that accusation. I'm not going to speak on it, because if you've been watching, you would know. But, the accusation that he was trying to say against GMS. So he was just being very prideful and, stiff-necked, and hard-headed. So what did the Lord do? The Lord basically humbled him, and allowed information to come out about him. So he was doing his video. He was, trying to shed some light on it. Try to say that he been repented from that, and all of that stuff. But some things you just shouldn't even be a part of. You should just stay away from some things if you can and are able to. But this is an example. The Lord is making an example out of him. And this was happen when you're just a very prideful individual. And you don't think that nothing can happen to you, or that you're not wrong, or you don't see nothing wrong, or you don't examine yourself. This what can happen. So this is an example. So we definitely should be taking heed to it. We are around the Passover. So every time we're around the Passover, things starting to heat up. Things start to happen. So we just got into to March, which is originally, the start of the new year. And we're coming into the Passover. So I'm going to grab this scripture. This is Proverbs 16 and 18. It says, pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. Better is it to be of an humble spirit with the lowly than divide the spoil with the proud. So yeah, pride goeth before destruction. And that's what happened. He was so built up with pride, and now the Lord is basically brought him down. And yeah, the proud is going to be destroyed. But because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what else the Lord has in store with him. But right now, what is being destroyed? His image. Because he valued his image a lot. He wanted to make himself of some type of reputation. He wanted to give himself he wanted to make his name great and all of that. Let me grab this real quick. This is Galatians 6:3. It says, for if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. And that's basically what happened. He's thinking himself to be somebody, but he was deceiving himself. He's claiming to be a man of the Lord, But look what happened. You don't see these type of things happen to the men that's in GMS. You know, you don't see them getting caught up in these type of accusations that these men are getting caught up with. So this all goes into the show that the Lord is making it more evident of who he's dealing with and who he's not dealing with. And he's going to allow things like this to happen for it to be an example and for us to learn from it, you know, and to continue to make sure that we are examining ourselves, you know, and that we are rebuking that pride demon, you know, and not to get too prideful, because it ain't nothing for the Lord to bring you right on down. So let me come over here at the Proverbs, grab Proverbs 8 and 13. It says, the fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride and arrogancy, and the evil way, and the forward mouth do I hate. Yeah. So the fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, you know? And he didn't fear the Lord. Because if you feared the Lord, you know, you would have checked yourself. If you feared the Lord, you know, and claim yourself to be a man of the Lord, some things you just wouldn't do. So these things wouldn't happen. But Jake don't fear the Lord. Jake thinks shit is sweet, man. You know? You know, and then that pride and arrogance. You know, when he said what he said on that podcast, and brothers, you know, was rebuking him, like we should. You know, open rebuke is better than secret love. You know, we're supposed to rebuke when you go off. That's our job as being the true men of the Lord. He didn't take heed to it. He didn't sit back and evaluate the situation and acknowledge if he was going off or think about if he was going off or what he said was wrong. No. He got in his feelings. He got sensitive. And he went on there and he made accusations. And now what? The Lord done brought your skeletons out the closet. You know, and it's a lot that you can learn from this situation, you know. All of this is happening because what? Because from a woman. That's why the apostles be on that about, you know, when it comes to dealing with women, man. It says, the scripture says, many have gone out. Man, I ain't gonna butcher it. This is First Esdras 4 and 26. It says, yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes. So yeah, men have become servants for their sakes. You know, letting the woman mindset, being open-minded. Brothers talk about being open-minded. You know, letting their curiosities and ideas and stuff like that persuade you into doing stuff that you have no business doing. Because the scriptures say, "Share yourselves as men." We're supposed to be a man, and you're supposed to have morals. You're supposed to have values that you're supposed to stand on, and you're supposed to say no to a lot of things. Being in this truth, you're going to say no to a lot of things, and a lot of people are not going to like it, and you have to stand on it. You can't be changing up. Can't be compromising. I'm not saying you can't compromise on some things, but some things you just know. You stand 10 toes down on. But when you don't, and you be open-minded, you know, and you out here doing this, that, and the third, then stuff like this can happen. So this is all the Lord's doing. So let me come back over here. This is Proverbs. Let me grab it in here. This is Proverbs 11:2. It says, when pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly is wisdom. The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them. It says, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivered from death. All of that is good. The point is too, though. It says, when pride cometh, then cometh shame. Yeah. And now he's ashamed. He's ashamed of being in a situation. He's ashamed that he has to step down. You know? He's hey man. And that video is, they say he's one of the most famous or popular Israelites. Well, yeah, you real popular now. Cause now you thought videos being done about you before. Hella videos gonna be done about you now. So that attention that you was so-called seeking for, you getting it. But it's not the good attention. And then also when he was on there, he was exposing, I guess, the dude in his group. He was exposing him too. So that's bro, it be so much going on in these camps, man. A complete madness. And that's because it's a lack of true leadership. When you don't have good leadership, then these things happen. That's why we're blessed to have the apostles and the elders that we have over us as our leaders. Because they just not for certain shit. You know, if you not doing what you're supposed to be doing, then hey man, bye. Like it says, a little leaven the whole lump, you know? Because I'm pretty sure the apostles and the elders who've been in this thing for years are good at identifying, stuff. So once they see something, they're able to hop on it quick to stop it from it becoming even a bigger situation. That's because of the leadership and experience. These other men, man, they don't have the experience. When you going into battle, man, the ones who are the commanders and the captains and all of that stuff, they have experience, knowledge. That's who you want leading you. If you got men who don't really have experience or knowledge, who's not battle tested, then your chances of survival or prevailing is not that good. So it's so much that can be unpacked, from this whole situation that's going on with Alizar. And the Lord is exposing it. And it's good that these things are happening. Because like I said, it's the Lord showing who he's dealing with, who he's not dealing with. Because also what came from this, I believe the Sakari Detroit group basically withdrew themselves from Sakari. And then what's going to happen? Yahweh Ratazah, there is some elect among them men that they come up out of that, and what they find it with a GMS. And the Apostle Tahar has said that before, that the Lord is going to start breaking these groups up. And look what we see now. So if you're not doing the will of following the order of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, then this what happens. Let me go stay in Proverbs. This is Proverbs 29 and 23. It says, a man's pride shall bring him low, but the honor shall uphold the humble in spirit. Yeah. So his pride brought him low. So low where he's on there, he on his little, doing his video. Alazar doing his video, and at the end he started crying. That's that shame. That's the Lord bringing him low, and the Lord wanted that to be broadcasted. The Lord probably put that spirit on him to get emotional like that and to cry, for him to break down like that, because he tried to put himself as he's such a tough guy, He's such a mighty man. The scripture say the mighty man should cry bitterly. not, because that goes into something else. But yeah, the mighty man should cry bitterly. No one's exempt, man, from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah touch you if he want to touch you, from doing his will, man. So the Lord brought him low because of his pride. He had to go on there and speak about a situation. Then he was saying a little bit too much, talking about he being completely transparent. Some things you just don't need to put out there. It's not for everybody to know. But that was the Lord. This is all the Lord's doing, man. Like it says, let me grab that real quick. This is Luke 8:17. It says, for nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. So the Lord's going to expose the things that need to be exposed. There's nothing that has been done in the dark that's not going to come to light, that doesn't need to come to the light. And brothers always speak on that. Around the time of the Passover, it's sifting season. The Lord is sifting the house of Israel. So he got to get these men out the way that's not truly one of his. So he can continue to edify the sheep out there, edify the flock. And Hiratazah reach the elect so the elect can be sealed. Because from apostles and elders keep saying that the elect is close to being sealed, if not already sealed already. But these men had to get taken up out the way, because what Alazar said, that statement he made on that podcast by saying we have between now and 1,000 years, that's like hindering the building, And that, man, me and the brother was talking about that probably really pissed the Lord off for him saying that, because we're supposed to be hastening in the day, We see the times, and we see the signs that we're in. It don't look like we have 1,000 years. So saying that was like, you're kind of trying to hinder the building. You putting in that doubt spirit out there. Maybe have Jake wavering. Can it be a stumbling block? Have Jake fall back into the world when we trying to wake Jake up so they can come out of the world and come serve the Lord. So, I mean, he was set up to serve his purpose. And his purpose was probably to help, get who the Israelites are out there. And now it's time for him to be taken out of the way. So that's what happened. So I'm going to grab this last scripture. I'm going to close out. This is 2 Ezra 8:50. It says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Yeah. So the Lord said many great miseries are going to happen to those who have walked in great pride. So we don't know what else in store that the Lord has in store for him, man. We just have to wait and see. But he's not about to be in the limelight no more. But if something happens to him, you can guarantee that the Lord is going to let it be known. But this is this is an example and warning to all Israelites, man. And GMS and all these other camps, man. This is a warning about being prideful and having pride. So we gonna see what else the Lord has in store But take heed. These are very serious and exciting times that we're living in. So just continue to be on your watch and continue to examine yourself. So that's pretty much it. Lord willing, this video is edifying. I'm going to close off again when I praise to Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushai. Ba'ashem Kakadash. Shalom.